Now, if I could be choked by any of these sets of hands in this entire list, it would definitely be Reyna's. Today we're going to be making a tier list for the gloves and hands in Valorant. Let's go ahead and get started. I've already gone through and gathered clips of each person's hands, and I've made them display the knife so we could see how it goes. And I just want to start out on a little bit of a strong note here. I hate this. I hate Chambers' gloves so much. We're just going to do him first, and we're automatically just going to put him in D tier. He has these super thick leather gloves. They look kind of like horseshoes a little bit. They don't look very comfortable. I just don't like them. So he's going to go down into the D tier, definitely bottom tier. But from then on, we can go alphabetically. We're going to start with Astra. I actually like hers quite a bit. I like the purple. I think it looks good next to her golden glove. It kind of creeps me out that her hand's not there, but that's fine. We're not really going to hold that against her. That's not her fault. So all in all, I think this is going to be an A tier, just because I really like the purple, and I think it accents the color of her skin quite well. And the gold on her arm is also very, very cool. Moving on. Now, Brimstone, initially, I wasn't that against. But then I was watching the championship games going on Twitch right now, and I noticed something that I really didn't like. And that's this. His arm, when he uses ultimate, is like splayed wide open. And it honestly creeps me out, like, quite a bit. So for that reason, he would be in a higher tier, but the fact that they just split themselves open is a little unsettling. Breach is going to have to be C tier for me. Brimstone's gloves I like quite a bit because they have a lot of lights on them, and I like that. He does have that little wristwatch which controls his smokes and all that. But all in all, that's a solid glove. It's pretty standard, a little boring, but I do like the lights on it, so we're going to put that one in A tier as well. Up next we have Cypher. I like his gloves. They have like a nice white blue kind of color to them. Nothing super crazy you would think with all his gadgets and stuff. He does have like a little blue circle in the middle of his hand. You would think his thing would be a little more excessive, but honestly, it's not bad. I like it, and I think it's going to go in A tier for me. Jet. We all love Jet. We love the little bunnies on her hands. Her gloves actually look a little comfortable, tactical. They look like they're going to be helpful for making her get kills. I think Jet might belong in S tier, honestly. I don't know how many people are really going to get there, but I think Jet definitely deserves to go up there. KO's gloves are interesting because when you look at KO, you don't really associate the color teal with him. But then if you really just stop and look at his hands, you'll notice that they're very bright. They have all kinds of colors on them. Very interesting. All in all, it's a mechanical hand. The colors are pretty good. They do kind of unalign themselves with the general aesthetic of KO, but I don't mind that. I like the color, so I think we're going to put KO in B tier. Up next, we have one of my personal favorites, and honestly, I love Killjoy. I really do. I think she's so very fun to play. She has some of the like funniest voice lines, but honestly, her gloves don't really do it for me. She has this wristwatch, which I find very cool. It controls her bots, and she's able to like kind of control it with her finger movements. But all in all, I think despite the fact that I really like her as a character and I like how she plays, I'm just going to have to put her in C tier because I love her as a character, but honestly, her gloves are kind of boring. All in all, I think the only thing that kind of keeps her from D tier, honestly, is having that smartwatch which does control her bots. Up next is Omen, and I like his gloves. They are similar to Killjoy's in the fact that they're pretty plain, but they do have a lot of really nice small features. If you look, it's almost like he has acrylics on his gloves, so it kind of has like that fang type situation going on. And in general, I do like his gloves. They're pretty good. A little on the plain side as far as coloring goes, but I think that this one's going to land in B tier. No, actually, let's put him in A tier. I like him. Up next is Phoenix, and he's one of the few characters who actually don't even wear gloves. The only thing Phoenix really has going for him is he has like several very gaudy rings on. You can see them here a little bit better. He has 2 rings on his left hand, and I think he has one on his right hand as well. So in general, not the strongest contestant we've seen here. A little bland. We get it, you like gold rings, but honestly, it's a little weak, so we're going to put him in D tier. Now, I really like Raze's gloves. She has like a friendship bracelet on, and I think that that's really cute. She has like she probably has the most character in her gloves of anybody. You can see there she has like leather straps and like a little bullet wristband, and She has the friendship bracelet on her right hand, and honestly, all in all, I think she has one of the strongest gloves in the game. So she's definitely going to go up here in S tier with Jet. Now, if I could be choked by any of these sets of hands in this entire list, it would definitely be Reyna's. It has the kind of like fingertips. She has these acrylics on that looks like she'll start to touch you and then it'll turn into a scratch. I do kind of respect the Michael Jackson situation she has going on. She's only wearing one glove, but it looks like if you got punched by that, it would really hurt. So all in all, Reyna, rocking the Michael Jackson, pointy, alluring acrylics. We're gonna put her in A tier. Next we have Sage. She also is more of a ring wearer and less of a glove wearer. The only thing she really has going is she has a silver ring on her left hand, which is more interesting than the gaudy gold rings that Phoenix is wearing. But all in all, it's not very interesting. She just has really long sleeves, and honestly, when I think of that, it looks like it would be a pain in the ass to wash my hands because I would always be getting my sleeves wet. So we're gonna put her in B tier. Guy has really big gloves, and it kind of matches her character. She's a little on like the more masculine side, so I like that the gloves are representing of her character a little bit. They have, you know, a good color, they have unique features. These honestly remind me of the road sign gloves in Rust, so we're gonna put her in B tier. When I started this, I was wondering about Sova's glove. Does he have something that's going to be useful for him using a bow so that it's lore friendly and it makes sense for his character? And the answer is yes. He does have a leather glove which has 2 fingers so that he can more easily use his bow. So I really like that attention to detail. The other hand, which doesn't match, is very cool on its own. He has the owl on his wrist. Nice gloves. They'd be a little bit boring on their own, but because of all the other features, we're going to put him in S tier. Viper's gloves, not much to say about these. They protect her hands. I like that the wrist area kind of looks like a breathing tube or some sort of tube that might have something to do with her venom. Like Killjoy, I would like to put it higher on the list, but it's a little boring. We're going to put it in C tier as well. And last but not least, we have Yaru. I actually hate these gloves. I like that they were trying to do something different with these, but I think a lot of what went into Yaru's character is making him a bit of a cringe lord. That is definitely achieved with these gloves. I just hate them. Perhaps too much attention to detail. I'm just not a fan of it. I do like that they put a little bit more artistic value into these as opposed to say Killjoys or Vipers, but either way, it's definitely a D list for me. So to recap, we have Jet, Raze, and Sova in S tier. We have Astra, Brimstone, Cypher, Omen, and Reyna in A tier. We have KO, Sage, and Skye in B tier. We have Breach, Killjoy, Viper in C tier. And we have in D tier, Chamber, Phoenix, and Yaru. Let me know if you agree with these. Otherwise, I'll put a link to the same tier list in the description so that you can make your own. Put a link in the comments. I'll check it out and I'll let you know what I think. Thanks for joining me for that. If you like the video, you know what to do. Comment, like, subscribe. I'm going to go ahead and leave the video I used as a guide for the hands at the end of this video, that you can use it when you're making your own.